We recently did a story on Joanna the Mad, and in our video on Queen Charlotte, we discussed the madness of King George III. But they weren't the only ones.
Here are two more royals from history who were absolutely mad.
Let's dig into this.
Qin Shi Huang is known today as China's most influential ruler next to Chairman Mao. Born in 259 BC, he became king of one of China's 7 warring states at the age of 13 on the death of his father. He quickly killed off his mother's lover to protect his throne and went off to unite the 6 remaining states by force. It took more than 20 years, but Qin was relentless. After uniting the territory, Qin declared himself the first emperor of China, a title he created.
He had plans for China and began an aggressive program standardizing the writing system, currency, weights, and measures across a unified territory. He built roads and canals to connect the country and started work on a wall linking fortresses across the land. We call it the Great Wall.
The emperor divided his time between those good works and an obsession with his own immortality. He ordered his subjects to search for an elixir of immortality to ensure his rule would last forever. Wooden strips found in 2002 are inscribed with replies to the far reaches of China, including apologies for their failure to find the elixir.
Not willing to give up hope, he sent expeditions to search and hired alchemists to work on a formula. With every failure, his obsession grew. He eventually brought magicians to court, believing magic could work since nothing else had. By this time, the scholars at court believed the emperor was being ruled by charlatans and began to speak out.
The furious emperor responded by becoming more and more paranoid about the intellectuals in his kingdom, believing they were plotting his death. He burned a reported 460 of them alive and had many books and writing collections burned before feeling a little bit better about it.
What may have helped was the creation of the thousands of life-size terracotta soldiers he would be buried with. They would guide him on his journey through the afterlife, where he probably had no doubt he would rule again. Qin died in 210 BC at just 49 years old, possibly from poisons ingested in his search for eternal life.
Rudolf II was the Holy Roman Emperor from 1576 until 1612. He was also King of Croatia, Bohemia, Hungary, and Archduke of Austria. And if that wasn't enough pressure to drive a man mad, being a member of the Habsburg family surely tipped the scales.
Known as the Mad Alchemist or the Mad King of Bohemia, Rudolf was extremely intelligent. As a child, he was melancholy and had wild mood swings. Later in his life, he would progress to spells of paranoia and episodes of possible schizophrenia.
He was also quite good looking in his youth, which, since he was also one of the most eligible bachelors of the time, didn't hurt his chances with the ladies. Rudolph wasn't overly interested in marriage, though, preferring to spread his love around with both sexes. If rumors of the time to be believed, he also had a long affair with his chief of staff and enjoyed romps with the other palace staff. He never married, but had a number of children, including 6 with his mistress, Katharina Strata.
More than anything, Rudolf was interested in collecting the weird and odd curiosities from around the world. It was a popular pastime among the rich and powerful to have a cabinet of curiosities, and Rudolf built an entire wing onto the royal palace at Prague to house his collection. It started out tame with gems and minerals, globes and clocks, and musical instruments. He collected spoons and shells and weapons supposedly from great men in history, including Julius Caesar. He loved automatons and mechanical devices. He had a unicorn horn, which was probably a narwhal horn, and nails from Noah's Ark.
And as his reputation as a lover of the exotic increased, gifts from influence seekers arrived. His favorites were a tiger and lion, allowed to roam the castle. Yeah, the big cats did what big cats do and mauled palace staff and visitors on a regular basis. Palace records show payments to families of those killed. He also had what were listed as dragons. No idea what they actually were, or what havoc they created.
He also loved art, becoming more famous for his patronage of artists than his position as emperor. He would become known for amassing the biggest Northern Mannerist art collection in history, and it is said that when he bought a new piece, he would lock himself in his rooms and sit and stare at it for hours. This didn't help his growing reputation as a mad recluse, and the portrait of Rudolf as Vertumnus probably didn't help either.
A true lover of science, he studied botany and astronomy. But he was absolutely obsessed with alchemy and the occult, looking for philosopher's stone so he could turn ordinary objects into gold and finding a potion to make himself immortal. He invited the best alchemists and occultists to his court to spend more time with him than his royal duties, which might have been okay since as a ruler he was quite ineffective, except he had a brother who was more than happy to take his place.
In the end, his subjects rebelled, and he was forced to allow his brother Matthias to take over much of the responsibility he had ignored for years. As his madness increased, Matthias had him imprisoned in his castle in Prague. He died at the age of 59, never knowing his madness helped usher in the scientific revolution.
Thanks for watching.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
And we'll see you on the next one.
Hey, here's another Dragon Den video you might like.
And if you like this video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button.
And you can hit the notification bell if you'd like to know when our videos come out.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.